Thank you for tuning in to another episode of WGC Fits. Today we're going to be trying something new. We're going to talk about some shafts and kind of why we like and play certain things. Think of this as a pseudo kind of shaft review, right? Now, caveat, still go out and test everything for yourself, but universally some things kind of ring true with kind of what we're talking about because it's what we're trying to find. So, Captain Ball Speed, what is your wedge?
Tour 125 Modus.
Iron shaft.
S.
And stiff, but it's an iron shaft,
Correct.
not the wedge shaft, right? Now, when we were doing your wedge fitting, and this is on video,
Yeah.
talk a little bit about what we were trying to find.
Lowest launching with the best spin rate.
Correct. Okay. Now, at first, you weren't sure about these.
I've always just played the same shaft in my irons, just weaker. Like a 6.5, I'd play a 6 in the wedges.
Yep. Now, you weren't sure about these after you got them for a little bit, though, right? We weren't sure. And then you started to get used to it, and you started to play some really good wedge shots, right?
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about them right now?
Oh, they're smooth.
Talk about what it lets you do. So, what does that Nippon 125 let you do in your wedge game?
I can just feel where the club head is at all times.
All times? Feel like you're in control of the ball flight?
It's heavy enough to where I can just feel it, and it's light. It's soft enough. It spins still. It's like a weird combo.
You feel like you're in control of trajectory?
For the most part.
Yeah. As much as Ian can do.
Yeah.
Did you, going from this shaft to your previous shaft, did you gain control?
Yeah, 'cause
or
it's heavier.
was about the same?
Hugely gained.
Usually gained,
gained,
okay.
yeah. I just like it heavier.
Now, go ahead and talk about performance, what it's been like since getting used to it.
Just the lower shot.
That's the key. It's the lower trajectory for
Yeah.
you, right? So, Nippon 125 stiff flex iron shaft in a wedge for Captain Ball Speed to attempt to get a little bit more control of trajectory across the board.
It's the same wedge shaft Tony Finau plays.
The same one I used to play. It's a good shaft, right?
It's a very good
All right,
shaft.
now we also have Alex kind of helping us out today a little bit because me and Alex play the same wedge shaft now. New for me, but something I think you've been playing for a long time, right?
I have been playing it for probably about 4 to 6 years now.
And oddly enough, also an iron shaft, right?
Yes, very
Dynamic
similar.
Gold S400, right? Tour issue. Now, before I get into it, because I did notice some interesting adjustments going from that shaft to this shaft. Talk about what you've liked about it as a whole.
So the biggest thing is going back to what Ian said was just feel. You know, I don't mind playing a heavier shaft. That allows me to feel the golf club as a whole and allows me to hit different flighted shots. I can hit them high, I can hit them mid, and I can hit them low when needed based on course conditions and weather conditions, also turf conditions as well, and it goes back to pin location too.
Now, do you feel like the S4 lets you kind of have pretty good control compared to, let's say, what you used to play? So think about when you switched into the S4s for the first time.
Oh, absolutely. I was playing a wedge flex, and I was all over the place with it. And then going to the S4, I really noticed it tightened up.
Yeah.
You know, I tested them out on the golf course. I hit them out on the range as well, but I really took them out on the golf course to try different types of shots. And that's when I really found it to be extremely beneficial for me, and hence why I made the switch.
Yeah, when we hit a wedge flex, I could not keep it in control at all.
Oh, absolutely.
It was, I don't even remember how.
It was high and right.
It was like 46 launch though or something.
It was
Wasn't it ridiculous?
It was.
When I switched from the Nippon, because I used to play that exact same wedge, to the S400, it also, for me, was starting to feel a little bit loose, right? Which is interesting, because when we were doing it, I said that same thing. I feel like I can't give a full wedge swing with this, right?
Correct.
And what we noticed was, when I switched into this, because I like to play a low wedge shot. I like to play low, kind of spinny wedges. This really let me get control of the trajectory, right? And
absolutely.
It let my ground interaction kind of feel more solid, right? And the weight, again, I play really heavy stuff. The weight just was key for me. So for kind of a pseudo, let's say, shaft review, I think that both of these can kind of really kind of do something special for you. We really like that S4 kind of little heavier, right? Kind of, honestly, a little bit of a spinnier profile.
Correct.
And then Ian's playing something a little bit lighter, but it's actually a little bit stiffer in terms of a profile. So, really good across the board, right? And it just goes to show you weight is really, really important. And control of trajectory is key. That's what all of us were looking for when kind of looking at these. And, you know, in terms of just letting you do and play the shots that you want to play, shaft's important, right?
I agree.
I know Rory's one of those where he just used the lighter flex of the Project X.
Yeah,
but he
Rory
can
goes
control
down-
it, but I couldn't do that because I would do the same thing.
Exactly, right. And I think Spieth does the same thing. Spieth kind of just bumps it down a little bit. But again, those guys hit 1,000 shots a day. I watch people hit shots all day, so it's different, you know?
100% agree. But yeah, I would definitely say for you guys that follow us, watch us, or anybody, go out and try wedge shafts when you can. It will make a big difference. And everyone's perception of weight is different.
Hugely.
So what we say might not work for you, but it works for us. So just
And
take that
that was
consideration.
it. We're looking for something specific. These helped us get there, but
Correct.
everybody's different, right? We're looking for the same things. Me and you versus him, we got there in different ways.
Correct.
You know, so just goes to show it. So, quick little shaft review. Nippon 125, low launching, pretty good in terms of spin control, but really smooth feeling, right? S400 Tour issue, dynamic gold, a little heavier, low launching again, a little spinnier than the Nippon. So, yeah, heaviest shaft in golf. Well, one of.
Isn't this like actually 130 or something?
This is 133.
Oh, that's the 133 one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Never
pretty
mind.
sure that's 127 in that
Yeah, okay.
place. So, regardless. But there you go. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one, guys.
Yep. Have a good one.